Is Social Security reducing spousal benefits? I've had this couple comments, a couple emails on this in the last couple of days. So I'm not sure what's going on out there in the ether in terms of people getting people fired up. But I was surprised to hear this because, like, really? Because I hadn't heard anything. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And as such, I want to dive into this because it's just not true. So check this out. All right, there we go. So we're going to come to this. My resident sleuth, Denise, who can find out any information on anyone. So just be careful out there. Bruce in Rochester. She can see if you've been naughty or nice. Denise can. So she's the one who brought this to my attention first. I saw a couple comments on it. I think even Penelope posted a comment on one of the videos I did, and someone else had emailed me about it as well. So I said, let me do a video on this because I said I hadn't heard that. And the way this wording reads, this is the link she sent to me. This is from Social Security provisions affecting family member benefits. These provisions modify the specific benefit amounts received by widowers, spouses, and children based on a worker's Social Security account. We provide a summary list of all options. In this category, for each provision listed below, we provide an estimate of the financial effect on the OASDI, Old Age Survivor Disability Insurance Program, over the long period. We base all estimates on the intermediate assumptions described in the 2023 Trustees Report. So just real quick, the Trustees Report, they have three different assumptions. One is intermediate, which covers 50% of the range of options. Then you got the low and you got the high. And I'm not going to get too deep in that here. I'm just going to say basically, that's based on interest rates. That's based on inflation projections, unemployment projections, demographic projections, whatnot, immigration projections, whatnot. And so we're going to go to the intermediate, which is what most people base their assumptions on because it says, okay, we're going to kind of go build the road. Again, intermediate is the 50% likelihood, 25% is high, 25% low. Maybe I'll do another video on that specifically, but I mean, I've done that before. We'll see. But anyway, so that's what they're basing it on. And so then we come down here, beginning in 2024, continued benefits. So again, this just says provisions, right? It's interesting because it's not very explicit. I just want to share with you. Beginning in 2024, continued benefits for children of disabled or deceased workers until 2022 if the child is in high school, college, or vocational school. And then it gives you a summary of measurements of this right here, detailed single-year tables. Memoranda containing this or other similar provisions. So we got Bernie Sanders, we got this guy, DeFazio, some clown. We got, I don't know who Lawson is. We got Bipartisan Policy Center, which are horrible. We got this right here. It's Begich. That's an old senator from Alaska. He's no longer there. That's Patty Murray from Washington. I think Moore is from Oklahoma, congressional guy, a House of Representative person. And we can see these are all kind of proposals that came to be. Similar, based on continued benefits for children of disabled or deceased workers. So we're going to click this one for Sanders, and there's a reason I'm showing this here, by the way. So let's click the one for Sanders, and you're going to see old Bernie, big, high rolling Bernie. And what we're going to see here is the Social Security Administration said, "Here, Honorable Bernie Sanders." He's not honorable to me; he's dishonorable. The enclosed tables provides estimates of the effects of the 9 provisions that you have proposed to us in 2023. And we're going to come down here, and we're going to see one of the provisions right here. Apply the combined payroll tax on earnings above $250,000, effective for 2024 and later. Tax all earnings once the current law taxable maximum exceeds $250,000. Do not credit the additional tax earnings for benefit purposes. So Bernie's proposing that basically we have the cap at basically $160,000. We keep the cap. Then the next $90,000 are not subject to Social Security taxes, but anything above that, above $250,000, is subject to Social Security taxes, FICA. And then Bernie, because he freaking sucks, he says, but don't credit the additional tax earnings for benefit purposes. That's one of his proposals. Section 5, continue benefits for the children disabled until they attain 2022. So we're going to continue the children benefits even though they're no longer children. Not just disabled, but if you're in a college or at a vocational school, if you're in high school, college, vocational school. But if you're working, again, we're punishing work. And we're going to make it so college kids can stay in college and make money. It's crazy. Increase the special PIA for workers who become newly eligible for retirement or disabilities or die in 2024 or later. I'm not going to go into the whole thing here. This is what a proposal is. We're going to use a CPIE as opposed to CPIW. All right, then we're going to increase the PIA, the first bend point, to 95 from 90. And I mean, I get it. Anyway, so these are the proposals. We're going to have a separate 12.4% tax on investment income as defined by that's the net investment income tax. And so we're going to have that, all right, on a separate 12.4% tax on net investment income, which will be used to finance Social Security. And we're not going to index it, all right, so it's not going to be adjusted for inflation. That's how these guys get you. And they remember, the net investment income tax, which is used for Obamacare, is not indexed either. It's all measured at $200,000 for single people and $250,000 for married people. Then we're going to apply a 16.2% net investment income tax on S corporations as well. We'll use 12.4% of that to finance Social Security and disability, and then we're going to use the rest of the general fund. Anyway, so basically what Social Security said, we can just come down here. If we do all this, we increase the first bend point from 90 to 95. We enhance Social Security for children until they're 22, as opposed to, I think it's 17 now. And we raise these taxes pretty dramatically. Our current trust fund ratio would be solvent until 2090 and beyond, whereas right now this proposal is going bankrupt here. And bankrupt means there's not enough money to pay all the benefits. It doesn't mean there's no money, because there is money coming in. It just means it doesn't have enough to pay all the benefits. That's bankrupt. And if we listen to Bernie Sanders, we won't be bankrupt. This will lead us until 2020, 2090 and beyond. So that's one proposal. That's not in force. It's just not. And then you can see these other four. We got. Oh, what's up, buddy? We got Patty Murray here, and I think the guys. I forgot the guy's name, Drew or something. That was the guy, Bijik or whatever his name is, from Alaska, who since got beat by Mark Bijik. Same thing. I'm writing you in request for your estimates of financial effects on Social Security of the Retirement Income Security Provisions Act. And anyway, so these are just proposals. That's it. We have the National Academy of Social Insurance here. So anyway, what Denise had asked me about was right here, the spousal benefits. Limit this. So here's a D5, and D just means kind of like provision, right? That's all we're talking about, like a proposal. And here's D5. Limit the spousal benefits that received by the spouse of the 75th. No, I actually want to go right. Was that what I wanted? Where's the provision I want to show you? 1 second. Beginning in, where was it here? Right here. All right, right here, this is what it was. The current spouse benefit is based on 50% of the PIA of the other spouse, the higher spouse. However, this provision says and this is from the National Academy of Social Insurance from 2009. Memorandum containing this or a similar provision. So the National Academy of Social Insurance can kiss my big fat behind. They want to reduce the spousal provision by 1% each year starting in 2024 until it reaches 33% in 2040. So basically in 2024, they said that would be 15 years from 2009. That's what they all do. We all push out 15 years. So when they first proposed that, we're going to say we're going to reduce the spousal benefit from 50 to 2024 and reduce it each year until it's a third in 2040. And we're going to see right here, what does that do here? You ready? It's going to show you. It doesn't do crap. So here, you can't even see it. Here's a current law when it runs out of money in 2034, and here's with a provision. It doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect anything. And you can see the changes are minute. So it's just not happening. There's no benefit there. I mean, there's no bang for the buck. And we can see the National Academy of Social Insurance, and they freaking suck donkey balls as far as I'm aware. We can reduce the spousal benefit. I mean, what the hell is that about? And they don't want to here. So you can see it's from 2009. We got Virginia Reno, Vice President for Income Security. And this is Stephen Goss, the old actuary. And you can scroll down here. You can see all the stuff they say. I can't follow this stuff, but whatever. So the National Academy of Social Insurance proposed this, and it doesn't do anything. Allowed divorce age. Here's from Begich and Murray, Patty Murray again, and that guy Mark Bijik, Begich, and whatever. This is their proposal that comes back up to here, right there. And they wanted to allow. Let's see here. Where would it go? Right here. Allow divorced age spouses and divorced surviving spouses married 5 to 9 years to get benefits based on the former spouse's account. Divorced age and surviving spouse would receive 50% of the applicable PIA if married 5 years, 60% if married 6, up to 90% if married 9 years. All right, so basically they're raising the cost of this right here. This benefit would be available to divorced spouses on the rolls at the beginning of 2025, those eligible after 2024. And so we look at here. Oops, not there. I want to look at, hold on a second. I want to look at what this does. So they're basically saying, hey, we're going to pay out more to divorced spouses. Instead of being 50%, we're going to give up to 90% as long as you've been married 9 years or more. So we'll see. And again, it doesn't change much. See what I'm saying? And the reason it doesn't change much is because while the money's going out, there's not much money going out, but it doesn't increase the revenue. Social Security needs to increase the revenue. That's just a fact. Here we got, this is from Lawson and Begic, same thing, Begic and Murray. Establish an alternative benefit for a surviving spouse. For the surviving spouse, the alternative benefit would equal 75% of the sum of the survivor's own working benefit and the deceased worker's PIA. So instead of 100%, it's going to be 75%. If the deceased worker died before becoming entitled, use the age 62 actuarial reduction if deceased before 62. So this is, I mean, again, we're sitting there saying, so if you die at 59, in Charlotte, she'd get her survivor benefit would be based on a 62-year-old reduction. So that's freaking insane. I mean, why? So you're going to say, hey, well, Josh was 59 when he died. You know, he said he was going to wait till he's 70, but now we're just going to say you're going to get at 62 instead, which would be reduced by whatever it is, 32% or something like that. It's freaking crazy. And these are libs. Patty Murray sucks. She was a woman who ran in 1994. I'm just a mom in tennis shoes running for Senate. Oh, my goodness. And she won and won and won again because she's freaking she's a clown, dude. Mark Begic is gone, but still, we got Lisa Murkowski in there. She's no better than Mark Begic, whatever the hell his name is. Crazy. The alternative benefit would not exceed the PIA of the hypothetical earner who earns the Social Security average wage index every year. So it would not exceed. So that your spousal benefit would not exceed the PIA of a hypothetical who earns the average wage index every year. This benefit would be available to surviving spouses on the rolls at the beginning of 2025. Those who become eligible after 2024. And let's see what that does. Not going to do anything. And again, right here, what does it do? Not much. In fact, if anything, that makes this provision elects. You can see it's hard to see that dotted line. The dotted line is the provision, and it actually makes it less survivable. The Social Security Trust Fund. It runs out even quicker because it's crazy, man. And it's not much. I mean, it doesn't do much because again, it's not about the benefits. The benefits are small on the survivors and small on the spousal. The issue is what it comes down to is there's not enough revenue to cover these benefits. So all these things about it's just stupid. Limit the spousal benefit to that received by the spouse of the 75th percent career average. Again, we got bipartisan center. They suck. And I said, watch who's on this bipartisan. It's Kent Conrad. I don't know if y'all remember him. He used to be the senator from, I think, North Dakota. Big lib. And we're going to have, who's the other guy on this too? It was Joe Lockhart. Kent Conrad's a dumb. I'm sure he was. Yeah, I'm sure he was. But you got Joe Lockhart. Remember old Joe Lockhart? That's James Lockhart. That's not Joe Lockhart. Who the hell is James Lockhart? I thought Joe. James B. Lockhart. I'm not sure who that is, actually. Yeah, here he is. So he's a Democrat senator from North Dakota. So let's look at James Lockhart. He's just a hedge fund guy. He managed $9 billion in private equity investments, a hedge fund, and mortgage recovery fund, whatever the hell that is. Let's see. He was nominated to the position of the Office of Federal Housing Enterprise Oversight by George W. Bush, a friend of his from prep school. Great. College and business school. That's fantastic. That's great. So they're all just cons. So bipartisan policy center, they just suck. Anyway, so all these are just proposals. For spouses and children of retired and disabled workers becoming newly eligible in 2030 and phased out in 2030 through 2039, limit their auxiliary benefits to one-half the PIA for a hypothetical worker. Beginning in 2026, require full-time school enrollment as condition for eligibility for child benefits age 15 to 18, because school is such a great learning experience. Beginning in 2024, continued benefits for children disabled until age 26 if the child's in high school, college, or vacational school. But again, we're punishing work. Crazy. We got this clown from Hawaii, the big racist, and Deutsch. I forgot where he's from. But that chick's a big racist or big sexist. She goes, "Do men do anything right?" She said that in a press conference, and no one got upset about it. So, man, imagine saying that about women. Provide prorated benefit payment for the month of death of a beneficiary rather than no payment for the month of death. That's no big deal. But these are just proposals, guys. So you're going to hear this stuff. None of this is there's no blue part. What's going to happen is going to be a blue ribbon commission to adjust Social Security at some point, because no senator wants to be on the hook for saying I approved or did not approve that, unless they can say, look, there's a blue ribbon commission. They said it's good. It's going to increase the Social Security solvency. We'll tax other people. Don't tax you. Don't tax me. Tax that guy behind the tree, and we might even give you a little bit of a benefit increase. You know what I'm saying? So, the Bernie Sanders one is DOA, because that's going to be a huge tax increase. But I like the idea, actually. And I don't like increasing the child benefits to 22 as long as they're in school. What the hell is that about, man? man. So again, a kid who's freaking so if I was in the Army, I don't get a child benefit because I went in the military as opposed to freaking just college. And that's the bull crap, dude. What is this? Just infatuation with school? How about infatuation with work, man? Let's get back to infatuation with work. Get people to work, man. It's freaking this whole thing with school, and the reasons because of moms. We got in a little bit of an argument earlier today with one of my kids in college. My mom was like, "You gotta go to a good college," but I was like, "You don't, man. I'm not saying you go to a bad college. I'm just saying it's not that big of a deal. Just keep your head clean. Don't take on debt, work, and you're gonna be good to go, man." Anyway, so we don't need to worry about this stuff because there's no legislation that's going to pass, especially in this calendar year. It's just not going to happen. At some point, they're going to have to do something. They'll appoint a blue ribbon commission. It'll be the bipartisan policy center, and they'll say, do this, they'll do that. And, in some ways they'll get screwed, and there'll be some people benefit. Probably illegal immigrants and the homeless people, because for some reason we give away the store to illegal immigrants and homeless people. You're a citizen? No, sorry. We want to make it comfortable for illegal immigrants and homeless people. It's crazy. I would not worry about this in the least. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. See ya.